What's good, my boys? Today I'm going to take you with me for a power building chest upper body training session. So the goal will be to have work towards the bench press in order to get stronger and also have some hypertrophy on the key muscles involved in the bench press, namely the chest, the deltoids and the triceps. So let's start with the bench press. And I'm going to use a 5-3-1 pattern within the same session. So basically it will be one heavy single, one heavy triple and one heavy quintuple. So 5 reps basically. So this way you have a full-on training session without having to spend like 20 sets just for the bench press. The goal on every set will be to leave between 1 and 2 reps left in the tank. So getting nice and warmed up. There's actually something very important. When you're warming up, make sure to do like pyramid ramp ups. So here, as you saw, I did 5 reps with 70 kilos. I'll do 5 reps with 100 kilos, 5 reps with 130 kilos. And the goal is to accumulate reps volume while I'm also increasing the weight so that when I'm at my top set, not only did I accumulate some reps, but also I'm feeling very good physically, but also in terms of technique. So the goal for today's top set will be to hit between 165 and 175, and then I'll do my other sets accordingly. So like I said, I'm using a 5-3-1 pattern within the same training session. So starting with a heavy single and then working a heavy triple, heavy by 5, and then we'll have like 3 really good sets for the bench press. And I think honestly for most people that will be more than enough in order to make gains, not only in terms of physique, but also strength. So next weight will be 150 kilos, and then from there I'll see where I jump. So if I'm feeling very good, I'll probably go 170, and then if I think I can do above 170, I'll probably do like 165 in between and then load more than that. So we'll see how 150 moves. And when you're getting closer and closer to your working sets, you don't want to expend too much energy with the warm-ups. So because I've accumulated a lot of reps on the ladder weights, now I can just do 1 rep with 150, and from there I'll be pretty good to assess whether I'm loading 170, 165 or above that. Honestly, feeling good. I think I'll probably load 170. I don't think I can do above 170 with like 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. So yeah, 170 is the call. And then they say powerlifters don't have cardio. I did 1 rep. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but I recently did like a deadlift analysis, like I ranked the fitness YouTubers. I just have to say for the record, I've seen that some of you were upset with the ranking, especially with like Lean Beef Patty's ranking. I just want to let you know, guys, it's all my camera guy's fault. It's all his fault, not mine. And he's not laughing right now. You afraid your girlfriend finds out? When you're going for a heavy set, you have to have good music in your ears. So right now, I'll have this in my ears. Well, it's the ads. I don't have YouTube Premium. And no Joe for your final stand, part 3. Part 3 is important. Part 3. Let's go.
Trespass into the domain of the gods and use that might to conquer Jiren. Do it, Kakarot!
Felt very good. Yeah, honestly, I felt strong on that one. When you're doing your comp bench like I'm doing right now, it's very important that you stay strong on the last inches. Like the last inches are the most important ones on the bench press, obviously. You have to not control too much, but at the same time, you don't want to just simply like dump the bar. So make sure you imagine almost as a like string on your pecs, and the lower you go, the more you stretch those strings. So I felt really comfortable at the bottom, and when I was at the bottom, I was like, okay, it's going to move pretty well. So really happy with that. So now I'm on to the last 2 sets of the bench press. So it will be heavy triple. I think based off that 170, I'll go for 155. And then for the 5 reps, I'll probably go 140, 145. So we'll see. When I'm doing heavy sets, I like to take between 6 to 8 minutes of rest. And it's really important to not rush those sets. On this training session I'm doing today, I only have like 3 main sets on the bench, and I don't want to butcher any of those. So making sure I have proper rest in between sets is really key, especially on the heavier sets. So I'm going to load 145 kilos on the last set. And honestly, like I said, I think sometimes people overestimate like how much work you have to do in order to get stronger on the main lift, so bench press being one of them. But yeah, those 3 sets, because I'm pretty close to failure but have some reps left in the tank, you get a really good stimulus. And also by doing so, in terms of time efficiency, you're really good with that. So I'll load 145, I'll do my 5 reps, and then I'll be done for the bench press part. But it's really key that you start your power building sessions with the main lift, because if I were to do all of my like chest accessories, deltoids, triceps, all of that, and then go to bench press, I'll be fried and I won't be able to get like a good bench training session in. Whereas on the contrary, if you start with the bench press, you're fresh, you're able to do like very good, meaningful sets. And then when you're going to do your accessories, you don't need as much energy, as much focus in order, for instance, to do like a chest machine or triceps extensions, for example, that you do for the bench press. So I think the key when you're doing a power building session is always start with the main lift, focus a lot on the main lift, and then do your accessories where it's easier to do them, even if you're fatigued by your main lift. Already have a chest bump. Those of you that don't feel their chest when they're doing their bench press, it just means you're not opening up the chest enough during the motion. And it's really one of the keys. So that's a YouTube video I'll make for another time. But yeah, if you're not feeling your chest when bench pressing, make sure you're opening up your chest. And when you're lowering, exactly like I said, in terms of strength, you really want to imagine that string on your chest muscles and really like creating that tension at the bottom. Oh man, chest is already done. Guys, I'm pausing this video very quickly in order to let you know that this training session is based on one of the training sessions of my bench press program. That's a program that I followed in order to break the national record on the bench press by benching 178 kilos at 65 kilos body weight. So if you do want to improve your bench on top of improving your physique, make sure you check out thepanash.app in order to try out this program. With one single monthly subscription, you get access to my bench program on top of 15 other powerlifting training programs. So make sure you check it out, and back to the training. So I'm going to do like a chest machine movement because I did the bench press for heavy sets, had to focus on technique like upper body positioning, leg drive, and so on and so forth. Going to a machine where you just have to simply press without having to think of anything else like bar path, etc. I think it's really interesting. So that's what I'm doing now, so I can hammer my chest without having to think too much of those other things. Because again, like if I were to do dumbbells right now, I would have to think about bar path of the dumbbells, I would have to think about leg drive, and so on and so forth. So I think sometimes resorting to like just a simple machine, because right now I'm really focusing on like chest hypertrophy. So I think that's the best stimulus to fatigue ratio exercise you can do right now. And also you can load weight and just imagine you're Ronnie Coleman. So can you be like the spotter, like Ronnie Coleman in Ronnie Coleman's video? Ronnie, Can you hinge a bit more? Can you hinge a bit more? The funny thing about this machine is it's actually like a squat machine. It's like a pendulum squat, I think it's called. Honestly, it's really a very good machine and you can do like chest with it. So I'm not sure they intended that machine to do chest with it, but so you'll see. With like 3 good sets on that machine with good weight, my chest is like fried. So that's the goal. I want to fry my chest. I want to have the same chest as Colonel Sanders.
You can make it.
Allez là!
You can do it.
Vamos!
Allez, 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 allez. Là, tu coupes, écran noir.
Guys, honestly, like I said, you do your bench press well, you just choose one good chest machine, and then the pump is legendary. I still have 1 set left. I'll do the exact same as the previous set, so I'll go to failure with that one and really like squeezing, especially on the way down, like getting a full stretch. Honestly, that has a very good carryover to the bench press because at the bottom of the bench, that's where you have the most stretch on your pecs, and like reinforcing this position can be very helpful. So if you're struggling at the bottom of the bench, could be because of not proper technique, like I said, could also be because of not recruiting your chest enough, and learning how to properly recruit your chest will have a big carryover to your bench. So having a chest machine can be very useful. Man, 2 exercises in and the chest pump is already legendary.
Hey, Pana!
Pousse! Voilà! Une petite dernière.
We're good with the chest machine. Now I'm going to do the last 2 exercises of the training session. The first one will be shoulder dumbbell press. And the reason for that is I think it's probably like the movement where you can tackle the shoulder muscles, so the deltoids, like in its almost entirety. And I think that the side delts, if you're looking to improve how your physique looks, it's really, really important. If you're looking to improve your bench press, I would say not that important. So from there, if your goal is to maximize your physique, then I think maybe adding those like lateral raises and stuff like that can be very, very interesting. But if you're looking to maximize like strength and muscles in a way that's interesting for the bench press, for like the power building style, then I think sticking to like a dumbbell press is probably a bit better because I think it has a better carryover to the bench press than some lateral raises would. That's why I'm choosing this exercise over the lateral raises. But if at some point I'm like, I really want to bring forward my physique, then I'll probably hit like the side delts a bit more because that's what gives like a more round, more bulky aesthetics to your frame. But I think, you know, not doing too bad, not doing too bad. So let's hit the dumbbell press. On those accessories, I think it's really important to not go too heavy because we've already did some heavy stuff with the bench press and also with the chest machine. So here, having a more like bodybuilding style approach with 8 to 12 reps, leaving a couple of reps in the tank, I think that's really, really important because if you're going bunkers like on all of the other exercises, you're not going to recover from a training session like that. On that one, I'm leaving a couple of reps in the tank and I'm not going like crazy heavy. 25 kilos is fine, you know, it's not really, really heavy. We're done with the dumbbell press. So now we're on to the last exercise of the training, which will be a simple triceps pushdown. So we already did a couple of like multi-joint movements. So I think finishing off with like basically what we call a finisher for triceps is really interesting. You're getting a bit more volume, a bit more hypertrophy, and you know, it's never useless in order to bench press a lot of weight. So I'm going to hammer those and then we'll be good for this power building training session. Merci bien. So, I have one funny thing. A year and something ago, I went to the US to train with one of the goats of powerlifting, so Taylor Atwood. We did like a tricep extension max out, and I remember we loaded so heavy and I grinded for so long that I felt that my eye almost went off of my eye socks, basically. I really felt like as if it was going to happen. So right now, whenever I'm grinding on the triceps extension machine, I'm always closing my eyes, and the reason is to avoid having an eye pop while I'm training. If you see me close my eyes on this exercise, you know why. But yeah, I swear guys, I really felt that it was going to go off. It was one of the worst feelings ever. But I got a sync pump training with Taylor Atwood, so good memories, good memories. One set left, and then we're done. Ooh. Last set, best set. Let's milk those triceps. Let's blow those triceps. Ooh. You know the meme where Mike is like destroying his hamstrings alone in the gym? That's how I felt. So guys, that was it for today's video. Make sure to try this training. Honestly, it's a very, very good and very effective training. If you're looking to improve your bench, but also improve your physique, I think it's one of the best things you can do. Like you get the bench press training, you get the muscle building hypertrophy. So make sure you try it out. If you like this type of content, more vloggy, definitely let me know in the comments. Obviously, I'm focusing on the kind of content you guys enjoy watching also. So make sure to like the video, comment if you like it, and if you want more videos like that. Guys, I'll catch you up in the next one.